everybody. I'm known for not writing speeches. So I didn't come today to write a speech. In fact, I came to listen. And the topic of my conversation today is I am because of you. I thought of that topic because when I was adopted and I came to this country from Lebanon when I was 4 years old, I became Thomas Abraham. I didn't have a real name in the orphanage. I was called Gatas. So, wow, Anthony and Genevieve Abraham decided to adopt me from an orphanage in Beirut, Lebanon. I grew up with a mother and father who had such an amazing passion for Lebanon. They had an amazing passion for America. My father walked away from taking a $1 billion deal because it was offered to him by a foreign country when America was in need of standing tall and being able to say, buy America, keep America strong. My father also was one of the co-founders with Danny Thomas and a bunch of other great guys who I grew up and called uncles and aunts, who built an organization called St. Jude Children's Research Hospital because they believed that they were given such a great privilege to live in this country. And they wanted to give something back to America. And today, St. Jude is the leading research catastrophic institution for childhood diseases in the world. And their brand is #1 in the world. So why am I standing here? What's my topic? I am because of you. Well, as I look at my past and my history of how I've evolved as to being here today, it's because I watched and I learned and I did everything I could to spend time with my father, because he worked 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, like most young Lebanese who were trying to raise a family and make themselves successful in America. He was living the American dream. He became part of that American dream, and through his passion, his love, and his commitment, his silent commitment, because, you know, the old generation, they weren't out there bragging about what they were doing. They quietly, behind the scenes, were supporting those institutions and those people that they felt that needed help and they wanted to empower. One time I asked my father, I said, Dad, why are you putting so much money into building all these different churches, the Melkites, the Maronites, the Roman Catholics? You know, why don't we just build one cathedral in Miami, and we have a 10 o'clock mass, 11 o'clock mass, and a 12 o'clock mass, and after that we'll have a Huffley. You know, he laughed, he looked at me, he said, son, our faith, no matter what it is, if we're a Melkite, Maronite, Roman Catholic, etc., each one of them has a history. It has a tradition. And each one of them has the right to raise their families in that tradition, in that passion, in that commitment. To raise their families, to reach out to the community so the community can be sharing their love for their history and their ancestry. So, I am because of the people that I was surrounded by, the experiences that I had. Now, today, I didn't come here to talk about Lebanon, but after listening to everything that I heard today, I have to say this. Every one of you in this room does not need a lecture from me or even to be pointed out while you're sitting here. Each one of you in this room has empowered somebody else, has created an opportunity that the last young lady was crying about to help our beloved Lebanon. When I think about our Lebanon, I'll be there in a couple of weeks. I'm involved with a lot of organizations there. our family foundation, we do what we can to support in whatever way we can our beloved Lebanon. It breaks all of our hearts, but the most important thing is that each and every one of you, instead of me saying I am because of you, you can say you have given back to individuals, to organizations, to our beloved Lebanon in a way that nobody can measure. The individuals that you've empowered, that you've helped, that you have challenged to stand up and be counted, you know who you are in this room. What's important for all of us, I have 2 sons. Only one has been to Lebanon because of all the years of war, et cetera, et cetera. He's 32 years old. When he went there with me last summer, he fell in love with the people, the country, his heritage. Now, you know, he's not 100% Lebanese because my wife is French and German, but she has instilled in him the passion and the love and the commitment of our heritage, and has supported me in my efforts to support what we do there. So what I'm saying to you today is that each one of us in this room has the power and has been doing it to empower other people. I am because of you. It's truly a very remarkable statement, because we have all been shaped by people that we love, that we grew up to know as uncles and aunts. You know, when I would call Danny Thomas, I'd call him Uncle Danny. I got a great idea, I'd tell him. And he said, what is it? I said, oh, it's called Miracle Rock. And he goes, what the hell is that? And I go, Uncle Danny, I'm going to go to some of these real famous rock and roll people, and I'm going to buy their tickets, the front row seats, and I'm going to resell them, and I'm going to package it, and I'm going to call it Miracle Rock for St. Jude. He goes, well, who's the first band you're going to do? And I said, oh, Led Zeppelin. And the first thing he said to me, he didn't ask me who they were, because he didn't know who they were. He says, do they attract young people? And I started laughing. I said, Uncle Danny, they're the largest rock and roll band in the world. So in those days, it was okay for a young guy who was on the board of St. Jude to come up with ideas and call the chairman and the boss and say, Uncle Danny, what do you think of this? Can I do this? We didn't have all this red tape that we got to go through today with all these boards and stuff. So I am that individual that I hope that you can inspire, and then you are inspiring today, that thinks out of the box. We talk about our Lebanon. As soon as the bomb went off, thousands of Lebanese from all over the world, diaspora, were helping. And there's a lot of you in this room that were doing amazing things. I know for a fact that individuals can make a difference. This last August 4th, we lit up the silos. Nobody knew who did it. But there are people in Lebanon that care that much to continue to shine light on hope for our beloved Lebanon. Each and every one of you in here has been empowering that vision, and you know you have, and you don't need to be lectured by me about it. I'm very pleased of my heritage. I'm glad that I was born in Beirut. I'm thrilled that I have an opportunity to be associating myself with the leaders and the pillars of our Lebanese community, and that they feel that I bring something to the table. Because I tell you, there is no such thing as age when it comes to empathy, when it comes to compassion, when it comes to commitment. We all are young in heart, even though sometimes our physical being don't allow us to do the things we want. So I'm going to be a little bragging. Next week I'm going to Tokyo, and I'm going to be running in the Tokyo Marathon. But you know who I'm running for? I'm running for I'm running for Lebanon. When I cross that finish line, I'll be holding the flag of our country. This is the last of my 6 races, international races, that I run for St. Jude, for Lebanon, for the United States Olympic and Paralympic Foundation. And all I can say is that I have always been blessed with a great family, a great wife, a mother and father whose passion and commitment for America and Lebanon were unbelievable. And they've empowered me to have that same passion for our country. And I want to say that I'm not good at reading Arabic names, but I'll try. I really am honored to be able to say that, and proud that our 2 Lebanese parliamentaries that are sitting in Lebanon today fighting for the right so that we can have a vote for a president, Naja Saliba and Melhinama Khalil, is that correct? My Arabic is terrible. You know, I lost it when I came when I was 4 or 5, but what can I say? But anyway, I'm pleased to be here. You know, Ricardo, what you have done, you have lit the torch, a light beacon for all Lebanese around the world. And I said it today, I believe in 10 years from now, this room won't be big enough to hold the fans that are going to be here to watch this kind of project that's going on today with heroes, young generation, and they do need to be here. You know, we need the young generation to come in and step in and be a part of the movement for change, not only in America, but throughout the world. And I just want to say thank you. It looks like my time is up, thank God, because I was wondering how much longer I could talk about I am because of you, and thank you so much. God bless you. You don't need me, right?
All right, we want to see if anyone from the audience has a question for our dear friend Tommy.
Oh, good.
Oh, no. You're not safe just yet.
Last year, you had a nice surprise for us.
So you expect me to strip down this year?
Yeah, I sat here just waiting for that.
You know, I designed a special shirt for this marathon that I'm running in, and I thought maybe I would use that today. But, you know, in all seriousness, I think it's really important sometimes. You know, today I really didn't come here to speak about Lebanon. I was really coming to talk about one of the things I am really concerned about is that when we look at the next generation, each and every one of us today has a real responsibility. So when we're talking about that generation, we have to look in the mirror because they're a reflection of us. Now, I'm not saying the people in this room are the cause, but there's a whole other group of adults out there that are basically reflecting to this next generation a total negative, you know, posture. You know, I brought these cards out today. I was going to do something fun with them. Ambition. You know, I heard the other day, you know, that 36% of the population out there believes that socialism is better than democracy. You know, commitment. My God, how many of you people that run businesses today have been saying the same thing? Man, it's 4 o'clock. These guys want to go home. They have no commitment. They don't even know what that means. Faith. What kind of faith are they empowering or you know, believing in? They're believing in the faith that everything should be given to them. You know? That's what they're thinking. Trust. They trust government. They want to know that, hey, at 4 o'clock they can leave and come back the next day at 8 and, you know, the government's going to take care of everything. You know, the government's going to pay us to do everything and we don't really need to do anything else. Fear. You know, we talked about ambition. We talked about thinking out of the box. Everyone in this room has had fear to take that chance to step out of that box. That's why we have the genes, the DNA. We do things different than anybody else. Our posture is so much amazing. These people that are in this room today, you're all heroes. You're innovators, you're creators. My God, when I listened to what was going on last night, that's the Lebanese gene. It's unbelievable. The next generation, Not coming from us. I don't believe it's coming from our genes, but who can say what's happening? Self-indulgence, you know? What's happening, you know, out there that is being promoted by TV, the networks, the film industry, the music industry. It's just like, it's disgusting, some of the stuff you see out there. And hate. Our leaders are promoting hate. They're teaching our kids to hate somebody with different colors, nationalities, our foods, et cetera, et cetera. So when I talk about I am because of you, I'm not talking about this group. As we project who we are to the next generation, are we creating this problem? And I'm not talking about the people in this room per se. And then the truth. You know, are we able to tell the truth and speak our minds about what's going on without the fear of somebody saying, you know, you're going to lose your job. Look what happened in the last 2 years. The insanity that was going on about our rights, that organized governments were taking control of our lives, and we didn't stand up enough to say, enough is enough, you ain't speaking the truth. And when somebody said earlier today, you know, they don't trust the media, I agree with them 100%. And then you can close with, not close, but misinformation that we're getting about what's going on in Lebanon. We heard the story about, you know, the other young girl saying there's not starvation in her country, et cetera. And then I'll just close with this and say that we got a problem out there that's destroying this country. And the next generation is looking at this and thinking, this is okay. But this room is full of people that know it's not okay. And I want to say congratulations to all of you. Thank you.